Namaste everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Mujiji ki Jai. Thank you all so much for joining in. Might YouTube was playing, yes. If you're in the Hangout, you can ask your questions by unmuting your mic. And if you're on YouTube, you can type your questions out in the chat. Thank you also very much. So many of you have reminded me that January 19th was the date on which I met my master. I actually went up to the hot seat to him the first time on January 19th, 2009. And it's so clear. It's just like I'm still there actually. I've not moved from that seat. He looked at me with those eyes full of love, true darshan. What to even say? For a change, I'm out of words. Actually, I'm exactly like this in his presence. I don't know words come up. I feel like I'm a blubbering idiot when I'm speaking to him. It feels like, what am I saying? Why am I saying all this? Whenever some words do come, it sounds like complete nonsense that I'm speaking. See, but he adopted me that day. He just adopted me. See? I felt I was going to share a little bit about him today, but it's impossible. Impossible. You'll have to first hear me crying for half an hour, and then you'll get to hear some words about him, which might not be the best way to spend the day. So let's look at the question. David had posted a question. He said, the Guru is the body of the Master. The Guru is the body of the Master, but the presence that uses the body to communicate is not the body, I must have said. Yes, is not the body of the Master, but the presence that uses the body to communicate until you can hear the voice from your own holy presence. Yes. Up to this point in Satsang, there has been some mental noise about whether I should ask a question or not. But I know the mind was just looking for an excuse to have some direct contact, so I stayed silent. Okay. However, this quote from Ananta has stimulated a very honest and true contemplation that has been present with me since I first had satsang with Muji 2 years ago, which is the issue of excessive reverence for a guru. Whilst there is genuine love and respect here for the form of a teacher, as there has been as there is for any form that beingness takes. And of course, there's an understanding that the Guru embodies a presence that is very beautiful. I have always felt it unnatural for me to be excessively reverent. For the true Guru is presence, and for recognition of this truth means that presence is self-honoring and will express itself naturally, with a degree of respect appropriate to the context, not in accordance of a mental image I have of someone as having or being something that I am not. This would increase a sense of separation, and this idea pushes one further away from the truth that they are. If I understand all to be truly this presence I am, so each body will be greeted with an equality of respect and appropriate to context. This feels natural and authentic. In excessive reverence, it feels as though one is saying, I don't see this truth as myself. I am one, I am not there yet, but he, she is. And this creates a sense of otherness. Maybe this consideration has been why it felt strange to refer to Ananta as father. It feels more natural now, especially as everyone else refers to him in this way. This prompts me to bring two questions to Satsang. What is meant when people call you father? Could excessive reverence for a guru be an ego barrier to self-recognition? Very good. So let's look at this. And when we see that I'm not doing anything at all, there is no individual doer, no person that is here, then there is nobody to surrender even, you see. Nobody to surrender even. Surrender is just this understanding that all is being done by consciousness itself. So, what is the meaning of excessive reverence? Who is the doer and the experiencer of this reverence? See? So, it is just flowing automatically. In the presence of your Guru, it automatically flows and all is allowed, you see. So I do not say that. I have never said, in fact, I am as surprised maybe as you are, as to how everyone started calling me father. I feel maybe it is because the young ones in Bangalore, they're quite young, you see, early 20s. And they found it very natural to start calling me father, and then it took on from there. Maybe it took a life of its own like that, just like this. But the best part about being in satsang is that you completely let go of everything. All that you believe that you held on to is now allowed to be let go of. So this pretend let go is now dissolved. When the pretend holding on is dissolved, then what remains is the automatic flow. And in this automatic flow, sometimes it feels like a deep recognition in the heart that I belong to this one in whose presence I am presently in. And my place is at their feet. And it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be an outward expression like this. Inwardly, actually, if there's little openness and some resonance, then that much is enough. So for me, it's actually all the same. Some come and they stand in the corner in satsang, and they pretend as if they don't want to be reverential or something like that. So that itself sometimes can be a trick of the ego. And some will come and feel that just by showing reverence, the truth will be clear. This also can be a mind trick. So as long as there is a mind playing, then it becomes an ego trick. But the fact is that in the true presence of this intuitive voice of the Sadguru, then all of this is naturally dissolving as well. If what you truly want is freedom, then there is no way that this can survive. And you will not even be able to judge. You will not be able to say that this is too much reverence or this is not enough reverence. You see? The mind will say, oh, but you must walk the middle path, you see. The mind will come and say that you must be proper, appropriate. This one is just showing off, you see, or this one is just blocked. All this tracking will stop. All this tracking will stop. All will be seen as a play of this appearance. So not only will you stop taking your own temperature, you will not ask, am I being reverential enough? Also, you will stop being concerned about whether others are excessively reverent or completely irreverent. It will not matter, you see. Because you know that the Sadguru in your heart is taking care of all of this. And even if ego is appearing in satsang, it is appearing so it can be chopped away. So if it is appearing, let it appear. Because we don't want a situation where the ego is hiding away in satsang, and then the minute it leaves satsang, it again comes up, and you are believing, you are giving all the belief to it. So if ego seems to be appearing, then let it come up so that it can be dissolved. It can be dissolved in the fire of satsang. So then let's look at your questions. You said, what is meant when people call you father? So just like it seemed like I was just saying a few minutes ago, it seemed like Mujiji had adopted me, you see. And I knew that I am taken care of in my father's lap no matter what happens. So it is a sign of this love, of this surrender. It must come from there. But it's not a prerequisite. I've always said that you can say, yo Ananta, what's up? I have no problem with that. So it's not a prerequisite that if you're in satsang, you must call me father. It's nothing like this. But if it is flowing naturally, it's very welcome. And if it's not flowing naturally, even that is completely welcome. So if you want to call me Ananta, Anantaji, Yo Pops, whatever you want, everything is good. Yes, and this father word I feel is giving a lot of fodder because many times when beings meet me for the first time, then I will see a message on Facebook and they'll say, is it okay if I just call you Ananta? Or it's okay if I call you Anantaji? Is it okay? Yes, completely. Please call me whatever you like. Don't call me anything if you want. Doesn't matter to me. Then, could excessive reverence for a guru be an ego barrier to self-recognition? If it is the mind, if it is the person pretending to be reverential and it's playing the trick of reverence with a need to get something. Also in India especially, there's this feeling that if I show reverence, then my life will become better. That there are certain things in my life which will improve by showing this kind of reverence. But sometimes it goes exactly the opposite because the true prayer is that rid me of this ego, rid me of this person belief. And then when it doesn't go according to the mind's plan, then they say that this guru is not the true guru. Because I went to him, I bowed down, and I wanted 10 lakh rupees in the bank, but it didn't happen. Therefore, he cannot be the true guru. So all this play can happen. And if it's playing like this, even this is grace. It can play out like this. And you realize that it's not about the mind's plan. And surrender actually means to be completely open to everything that is happening. But the good thing is that this relationship, unlike most other relationships, this relationship, the aim of the relationship is to dissolve the relationship also. That there are no barriers, because relationship must mean that there are two, you see. A relationship is not between one. A relationship is between two. And this relationship is dissolving this concept of relationship itself and leading to oneness. And then there is this realization that my master and I are one, or my master is ever present in my heart as the Sadguru himself. Then you cannot really call it a relationship, you see, because there are no two left anymore. So if this excessive reverence has to come, then let it come in this relationship, because this is the relationship in which it will not be converted into a need. It will not get converted into anything else. It will only be dissolved. The simplest is just don't believe your thoughts about any of this also, and let it play out exactly the way it is meant to. So excessive reverence actually would mean that it is a false sense of reverence, because true reverence, I don't find anything which can be excessive in that. If it is true devotion, then I don't find anything is excessive in that. For example, if a master would say seriously, not in a joke, but seriously, if he were to say, okay, Ananta, you see that cliff over there? Just jump off. I would do it without any questions asked. So, would you call this excessive? And if this is excessive, then I'm excessive. You see? Yes, but if it is coming from the mind, I feel the essence of your question is, if it's coming from the mind and it's all about just this display of reverence, just the display of reverence, then even these tendencies, these will be dissolved in the presence of satsang. It does not last. I hope that helps a little bit. Namaste, namaste everyone. So nice to see all of you. So much love to all of you. Thank you so much, my dears. Hmm? This is Lizal saying, this morning when I was sitting, I formulated a question for you, and now it's gone. Everything dissolves in your presence. Thank you. Is this you saying, or you typed for someone else? It's you. What was the theme of the question?
It's me. I
The
did
dream
this
you said.
thing. I did this thing this morning where I was listening to last week's Satsang with Muji, and he was giving this very beautiful sort of back to basics instruction of sitting in being, And I thought, oh, I haven't done that for a long time, so I'm going to go and make sure all the basics are there, And while I was sitting, it happens often. I can't find it. I can't find let me just switch off my Facebook.
Yeah.
I can't find what I used to refer to as resting in the I am or being in being, and I feel like I just go into awareness, or I just sort of rest back, and I don't feel the a feeling of being, It doesn't bother me. Obviously, it's all lovely and blissful, and there's nothing wrong with it. I don't find anything wrong with it in the mind, but it's then what happens is I start looking for it, So the attention starts, where is it, where is it, where is it, Then, like, I know Ramana talks about the heart, so I come back, It's just that goes on. And I had some kind of question. I thought, oh, I'll bring it to you. But then, of course, it doesn't matter. And, in satsang, in your presence, and in Muji's presence, of course, it all just dissolves.
So you know that there is a presence that is here.
Yes.
So is it in Ananta's body here, sitting so many miles away in Bangalore, India? Where is this presence?
It's just here.
Yeah, you see, so this is the presence of being itself. It's just that in satsang you allow yourself to experience your own presence, which is the same as the master's presence. And then reverentially we can say this is the master's presence, but it is your own holy presence, you see. Yes, but it must be also said that in satsang it seems like very simple, automatic, it's just here. It can seem like that. But your own holy presence, your own Sadguru, which is dissolving everything. Because I'm not sending any rays towards you from Bangalore.
I know that. I know. I do sometimes feel, I'm going to just make an aside and say that sometimes I feel like love coming from you, even through the computer, like beautiful, like a stream of love, which doesn't, it's an unusual thing, doesn't happen with everyone,
So this is the transmission. So let's break it up into two different things. One is the transmission that flows through one who is completely surrendered to the Sadguru in the heart. There's an automatic transmission that flows in their physical presence also. And I usually don't talk too much about this because it becomes something for the mind to play with. And this transmission can happen in the presence, it can happen through the computer. This presence can flow, this transmission can flow. You see? This transmission of love can flow like this. But the presence that you speak of is what we say, can you stop being now? This, when you say, can you stop being now? This being is ever present. The feeling which you're talking about is a byproduct of even this sense of being. And first, when there's this experiencing of this unassociated being, it seems like a lot of feelings, love, peace, joy, they all seem to accompany this. And then it becomes so much our natural state that their presence is not so much now felt as something special. But if you were to go back to how we were when we started, and then you would experience the love that you're experiencing now, you would feel like you're exploding. You see? It would feel like you're just going to explode in your own presence. But just that you have marinated in this, so it doesn't seem like it is new. But the fact is that you actually cannot say that being is not felt. Because right now, if I were to ask you, can you stop being? You will say no. That means being is present. So what happens is that those who have been in satsang for a while, for them it becomes a very natural state. And because it becomes natural, then it stops seeming like a practice. So when the master says to some who are new that you must spend 15 minutes a day just marinating in your own presence, being I am, then the mind can come and say, oh, I stopped doing that. Maybe I should do that. I still need that. None of these words are needed, are they? Sometimes we feel so much love in our hearts, and we're exploding inside, and then we're forcing ourselves to listen to what is he saying. The love is drowning out even what he's saying. No practice is required for you. No practice. If you could just step out of your body for a minute and look from this perspective of the hangout, just look at your face right now. I'm sure everyone in the hangout will say no practice is required for this one. So much radiance is not possible for one who needs some practice.
Love you so much, Father. Thank you.
I love you too, my dear.
Too much love. Too much love.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I should add for David that I was never reverential. Never. I started off the most atheistic, unreverential. And now I'm just a puddle of tears. Satsang great.
Even here, you heard me say, most of you have heard me say that most of this life, I've been an atheist, saying even that God is for losers. I used to say like this. So reverence was not a concept that came easily for me. In fact, my mom is very spiritual, and she goes to a satsang. And all through my growing up years, I've always told her, "What is this sad song that you go to? What is this sad song?" I always teased her like this. And she always used to tell me that one day you will understand. So maybe it is her blessing. Her blessing. So there are two here which who I haven't spoken with. So let's see what happens. Sumeher is here. My dear, can you unmute your mic if possible? No, my dear, no audio is coming through. Oh, yes, now maybe. Now say. How about if you remove these and then try? No, no. Is this volume high enough?
Sumeher, can you say something? Let's try and see if we can hear you.
No.
No, I've put his volume up high, Father.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Well, it's good. Good to see you here like this. It's good. And it's a beautiful painting you have in the backdrop. It's very nice. Very happy you came. Ah, he says my mother painted it. How beautiful. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. And Pekka is here as well. Pekka says, I'm just bathing in this grace. Just bathing. Thank you, my dear. Would you like to say something as well?
Namaste.
Namaste.
I find it quite hard to speak right now, but I love to be here.
Very happy you're here. If anything comes up, you can just unmute your mic and speak. I first saw your name maybe in one of Lizal's broadcasts, or was it one of Bhagwati ji's broadcasts in the Advaita channel, isn't it? That's where I saw. Very good. Welcome, welcome. And I wanted to speak with Xavier as well. Xavier is not here now. No, he left. And let's see what David also sounds like. We've heard him typing a few things now, and let's hear his voice.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, a little faint though.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello? Good.
Hello.
I have to keep my voice down. My family is still in bed. See, my children are still in
Oh, I
bed, so I
see.
don't want to
That's okay. That's
wake them
okay.
up.
I understand. I understand.
But they've got to get up soon anyway for breakfast. So it's nice to speak with you, and I will call you Father because it does feel more natural now.
Very good.
And there was a little bit of fear as well, a little bit of worry that me exposing that was going to make other people feel uncomfortable. And I realised it's just all part of the course. You know, feelings are feelings, thoughts are thoughts. They all arise and sort of dissolve into this anyway. So it doesn't really matter.
It's very good. And we must not stop ourselves because we feel that something might come up for others. And if something comes up for others, then it's good satsang for them also. It's something it's good to contemplate. Even this question of reverence, even this question of the labels we use for the masters, even these can be questioned very beautifully. We can contemplate all of these things. And it's very good that if something is coming up for someone, they can contemplate this and see what is the identity. Is there a strong devotee identity? Is there a strong seeker identity which is getting pushed when these buttons are being pressed? What is really happening? It's very good. Therefore, all questions, all sincere questions are very welcome, completely welcome. And Mujiji is looking at us from behind you with that look in his eyes. So much love is flowing through this photo also.
So I was just going to say, I think there's also a fear of what if what will my wife think if I start calling somebody from right across the world Father? How is she gonna think? I think that's probably, if I'm really truly honest, that's something also that makes me, has probably been a bit of a barrier for me. But it's okay. She knows I'm a bit weird and strange anyway, so that's fine.
No, very natural. It's very natural.
Thank you.
Very welcome, my dear. Yes. But I understand this very well. I understand this very well about what the family will think. Yeah, because my family also has had this question and they maybe still have this question. Maybe not my immediate family now, but at least some relatives who I'm connected with on Facebook. Also, business associates who we do business with also have this question that is this one going to be around tomorrow or will he be a sadhu in Rishikesh or Tiruvannamalai or what's really happening with him? It's very natural for these to come like this. In fact, somebody from Microsoft, that is, she is in the marketing team, and she called me and said, and we've not been working together for some time, but we are connected on Facebook. So she called me the other day and said, "Is everything okay with you? Do you think we can still work together on something?" And I figured that what she was asking was, "Are you still involved with work, or are you like a full-time sadhu now doing the work?" So it's very natural for these questions to come. Mhm. What's happening on the YouTube chat? Shivani says, "You maste pops," instead of namaste. Mhm. Yes, yes, Shivani also had trouble with this father thing, isn't it, initially? Especially when she realized that we are practically the same age. Oops, sorry about exposing your age, my dear, on the broadcast. But I remember she also had some trouble with this father thing. And Devika says, Mike wants to know where he can sign up to be a sadhu. Yes, yes. We're just waiting for you to come to India, my dear. Then when you're here, there's no going back. You have your cave ready. So much love to all of you on the chat. I know I don't get to read all of your messages out loud, but I'm reading all of them. Sumeher says, yesterday my someone want to say something? He says, yesterday my brother told me, I'm there for I'm there for everything. My father's brother passed away and we gave each other love, talking about moments together, assuring each other. Then he said, I will stand by you through life. As long as you don't become a guru. Oh, I laughed so much and he thought I have lost my mind. Hopefully that's what happened. Yes, for some of our families, the worst thing in their mind is that if one of us were to become a sadhu or a yogi, a true sadhu is not one who has renounced the world. The true sadhu is not one who has renounced the external world. The true sadhu is one who has renounced his thoughts, who has dropped belief in his thoughts, and is unconcerned about what appearances are appearing. Whether the appearance is a cave or it's a corporate office or it's a courtroom, all these appearances are welcome. Why did I say courtroom? Nitya says, here too some trouble with this father thing. Many of you have actually told me that I don't feel that I will ever call you father. And then they come on chat next day or they come in satsang next day and they're saying father. And I'm not saying it has to be a progression like this or it is a progression or anything like that. It's just that these sort of decisions, you see, they don't mean anything. I will call you, I will always call you, or I will never call you. We cannot predict anything at all. Nothing at all. All that is being done by consciousness. And Mike says, one-way job on a ship, Australia to India. Very good. Yes, there was some sound. Amaya says there was some sound like ocean waves. Even I heard for some time. And Shivani says, totally okay, father. It feels very comforting to call you father. Was also a big atheist, so it feels beautiful to feel this reverence. I love you too. Atma says the true sadhu is one who renounces his thoughts. No need to leave anything external.
I wondered if I could say something.
Of course, my dear, please. Yes.
Okay. You know, I don't know how real it is, but it does look real, you know. When you say so much love, I feel so much anger here, so much rage. And I feel like yesterday that I was sitting kind of okay for a while. I don't know if pushing or, but there, just sitting in silence for a few hours, and then my partner came back, and I just couldn't stand anything day. I just kind of, I don't know, just so much, I don't know if rage, perhaps rage, you know, I don't want to hear that anymore, or whatever. But in a way, it scared me a bit because I felt kind of so righteous, and I was putting boundaries. I don't want more rubbish. More rubbish of that. I don't want more of that, and that's a stop, isn't it? I'm not totally sure if it was coming from a right place, that perhaps sometimes things needs to be said, is uncomfortable, and then it's kind of forever, you know, just that's going to come up that easily. Or if in a way, you know, I could find a way of slashing out at someone. It's a very uncomfortable feeling, and a lot of energy coming, kind of no more rubbish, you see what I mean? They want to hear it. This is the place to, so confused a bit. This energy, and I in the end, you know, oh, enough. This is the limit. You pass this limit, I thump you. You see what I mean? Even with words, you know, with the sensitivity, you know, you can feel everything and you don't feel anything. And get out of here, you know, if you don't treat it with tremendous respect. And this kind of boundary between who is talking here, and this identification as well with the being right, and this mixed feeling of maybe I've been unfair, he might be tired, and no, because, you know, tired, no, this keeps on going, no, I don't want more of this, and needs to be a stop, even if it's difficult. So all these kind of things, that fundamentally a feeling of, I don't know if it's rage or, so when you say so much love, I feel so much rage. So much, and that's how it feels. Here I just want to detach myself a bit and see it a bit more clearly, because it has an energy that wants to carry on building that. So if it was right at the time, perhaps, I'm not sure, but not to keep going just because, you know, we feel comfortable as well, you know, you don't move, the person, well. Anyway, just wanted to expose that because I feel so much anger, so much rage. Your smile is nice, but well, here it's just all turmoil, and yet it's not turmoil. But that's what it comes more to the front, if you wish. This shown in the screen of my perception more than the love and the you see, all that is not felt. Okay, just wanted to expose, say, share, whatever it is. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Very good you say like this, because I see this. That sometimes we are expressing so much love, and there's this sense. Many have said, in fact, you're not the first one to say in Satsang, many have said that every time all of you start talking about love, I get very angry. Very angry. So first, very importantly, no taking any credit or blame for any feelings which are coming. Unless you are the one who is creating your feelings, then we cannot take credit or blame for them. So if love is flowing, then love is flowing. If anger is flowing, then anger is flowing. Where are you in all of this? You are just the witness of this flow. And the witness is not an active participant in the flow of this consciousness. The person in any case is completely non-existent. But it is the person's voice which comes and says, oh, but why don't I feel love? Why am I feeling angry? This is just a way for this one to pretend to be real. See, so the emotion is appearing and the voice is saying, but I should not be feeling this. Or it's so good that I am feeling this. But this I still does not exist. You see? That is still at the root of all of this. See? The mind will use any appearance, whether it is in the outside world or in the so-called inside world of feelings and emotions, to convince you that the person is real. But no person is feeling anything because no person exists. So then what we can say is that, like you said, that there is an appearance of rage. And here there is complete openness to all feelings to come and go. That's why I've never said that you must come to satsang only if you're feeling a lot of love. In fact, I've always said that if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling conflict, if you're feeling some emotion like this, then you must come to satsang. So then it can be released. How does it get released? It gets released when you don't resist. When you don't resist your emotions and you allow them to just pass through, then they get released. But if we believe thoughts about them, that they should not come, we try to push it down, we feel that we should not experience this, then it just perpetuates more and more. So in satsang, when you come with this, and we are saying don't believe your thoughts about even this, then it's allowed to come and come out, get released. It's very good that this happens. And you cannot predict. Right now you feel rage, you feel anger is coming. 10 minutes later you might feel love. So you must be completely open to whatever is coming. And don't give too much belief to thoughts about anger. No emotion can last very long. Unresisted. If the emotion is unresisted.
Is that yesterday? But the thing is, yesterday I found myself with so much rage, and every word uttered, just, I don't know if it's lash out, but I put a great boundary, and it felt like everything was staying in that space that I've been in or whatever. But then I felt, I don't know, I thought, if I can be unkind and I can become kind of couldn't help it. It just kind of could just and I suppose I got an idea that I should be always kind to my partner or something, but it scared me a bit that I couldn't stand any word that he said at the time. So,
But
so I didn't know where to put myself. I lived only with him. You see what I mean? I don't have. So I didn't know where do you go. You're in the same room. You are. You know, we don't have the television. We don't. What do? You know. And all came and more. He's going, oh, you move and you know. And it felt so strong that I couldn't find. So I suppose my thing is, oh, don't see it anymore like that. Don't see it anymore like that, because then you feel some bliss perhaps and some burning, but then when someone comes, you just go to their throat, you know, kind of control it. Anyway, I suppose it's a number of stories that can come after that experience, that I can hear myself, that I can make up of that.
don't pick up the story of me. Just don't pick up the story of me or I as a person. If you don't pick up the me, then all can just happen. You cannot find the one to which all of this happened. This me, this individual is not present. It's not real.
So perhaps this me that always wants to be kind doesn't always need to be kind, because you know it's very much like the persona I want to have. I'm kind, I'm light, spiritual, and it just, you know, just broke all my perception, my self-image of how I should be more peaceful, because I come to the Satsang and I was getting just more. You move to the right, you say that, and you know, I just, you see what I mean. Anyway, I just, okay, just let it go. I just let it go here, because it was.
Because even these identities of being kind, of being spiritual, they are not your true identities, you see. They are just the personal identity. And if these are also getting dissolved, it is very clear. You have no concept about yourself.
Sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You know.
I leave it there. I just leave it there.
Yes.
Leave it there.
Yes.
Burden.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Aradhana says, have received the unconditional love of the Divine Mother from you, Ananta. So sweet, my dear. Thank you so much. Nitya says, just want to expose that I don't feel comfortable with the satsang today at all. I hand it over to you, Father. Yes, but don't say I don't feel comfortable. You can say that feelings of discomfort are coming up. Who is the I who is feeling them? You will not find this I. Ricardo says, I don't believe in God. It's a lie. God is a lie. Okay. So if God is a lie, then who are you? At least you are not a lie, isn't it? And because you are not a lie, then you must be able to tell me who you are. I'm not forcing any belief about God. We rarely even speak about God actually. Although all we say is God, but we don't speak about God in the way that the mind says God. You're saying don't believe in God, don't believe in God. Just like here, I never used to believe in God. But then this question had not arisen. This question, who am I, was not here. So forget about God, but who are you? Can you find out? Radhana says Hinduism allows a space for atheism, not necessary to believe in God. God as a concept is not helpful. If I'm saying that I just replace the concept I am a person with another concept I am God, and it's just a mental or intellectual concept, it's not going to help in suffering. It's not going to reduce any suffering. So it's not about concepts here. It's about seeing what is truly present. And we're also not interested in a God which is coming and going. We're interested in the God which is ever present. And to find that which is ever present is to just see which presence is here. Who is my own presence? Who is the sense I am? Okay, Pekka had to go to work. Good, good, good. Radha says, Father just came in for a real quick surrender. Some discomfort was here to attend satsang and some irritation too. A little like a soup. Sometimes felt like I am the soup, laying it all over to you. Very good. Yes. There will be these times where some strong emotion, something come like this, and it seems like very strong. But actually, when you just step back and see, what am I in all of this? I'm just the witnessing. And as the witnessing, I am completely untouched by what is appearing and disappearing. It's good. Shanti says, I'm going to sleep now. Love you, Father. Love you too, my dear. Sajan says, so happy to be in satsang with you. I'm so happy to see you. It's been so long. Very happy. But I did see a glimpse of you in the satsang the other day with Mujiji. The camera came towards you and I saw you there. Priya says, thank you so much, Ananta. Very, very much needed satsang today. Very strong emotions coming up due to events happening. Due to events happening. Then she says, mind was coming strong and attacking everything, even trying to make me think this whole Advaita thing. What have I got myself into? Then thinking I should be able to just stay as the witness, but then realized I'm really just wanting to stop the feelings. Maybe afraid I can't handle things to lose control, trying to avoid how I am feeling. And then realize it's okay not to feel good and to just allow it. Yes, very good, very good. Being in your presence and satsang, I feel more space and the feeling seems to have passed now. Lots of tears came, but out of love and joy. Thank you so much. Much love. This is very good. It is the feelings themselves which, it's the thoughts about the feeling themselves which try to convince us that they are too strong, or you must run from them, or this must not come. How will you deal with this? All these are just thoughts. You are infinite space. You are that in which all the universes appear and disappear. Know this. You are that in which all the universes, all of time appears and disappears. All these small, small, trivial feelings are nothing for you. They cannot touch you. As long as you are not believing your mind, not possible to suffer also. And I'm not exaggerating. You see, the mind will immediately come in and say it's exaggerating, it's just being poetic. I'm not. I'm speaking the complete truths. All of time and space is born inside you and dissolves inside you. Millions and billions and trillions of bodies and organisms come and go inside you. You are that which gives birth even to the Creator. You are that which destroys the destroyer and preserves the preserver. That one you are. These thoughts that you can be affected by these small feelings which are temporary and mean nothing are just thoughts. Don't give them your belief. You are the Supreme One. Let all feelings come. Let's see together what they can do to you. Show me how they are really touching you. Nothing has ever happened to you. This entire world of people, 7 billion people here, so much seems to be going on. It is nothing for you. It is just a blink of an eyelid. It is nothing. All this is coming and going. All this is coming and going. Let all feelings come. Let them go. You are unconcerned. Don't pick up the idea that you are this me. Don't pick up any ideas of me. Don't pick up the personal I. Then show me the trouble. Lucia is here. She says, I'm very late but wanted to pop in the presence of all this love. You're very welcome, my dear. Namaste, Shani. Namaste. Thank you, Atma, my love. Thank you so much. Who is the me who is affected by any feeling or emotion? Can we find this me? As long as we don't say this happened to me or this is happening to me, then there is no trouble. It is just happening. What is just is. What is happening is just happening. To pick up the me is asking for trouble. So if you enjoy the trouble, you are free to pick it up. Just like that the hundred-handed monster in the Yoga Vishisht, who is continuously hitting himself and then complaining about why he is getting hurt. So use all of this as opportunities to see if there is a me who is suffering from this. can you find the sufferer? That it is an appearance is clear to all of you. But who is the sufferer from these appearances? See? That's why what Mujiji says, what he says about Maharaj is that Maharaj said, you are not experiencing suffering. You are suffering, you are experiencing. See? So all these appearances are there, they are dancing in front of you, and you are inventing a me to suffer them. Who are you without inventing this me? Who are you without your imagination? Don't paint any pictures of yourself and then tell me who you are. Who witnesses the body? Who witnesses the thoughts? Who witnesses the emotions? Can you really be troubled by anything? Can you really suffer? It's all a dance of appearances. And even if you find this body is jumping around in pain or anger, even this you are aware of, and the awareness is not touched. And now that most of you have seen the play of these thoughts, the only thoughts which seem to still have some juice for you now are thoughts about your emotions. Don't believe thoughts about your emotions also. Then what is the true position? Is the true position that you are feeling something? Is it true that you are actually feeling something? Or is the true position that you are witnessing even the rising of these feelings? That's all that needs to be checked. Are you really feeling something? Or are you just witnessing the arising of these feelings and the going of these feelings? So when we say don't believe a thought about any appearance, it also means don't believe thoughts about the appearance of feelings. Just don't believe a thought, actually. Simple as that. Yes. So Kabir says, I can only believe that I am feeling something if there is a storyline. And seen without the storyline, there is only observation. Yes. This me is the story of me, you see. This me is the story of me. That's the concept of me. So when we pick up this me, then we believe that me is feeling something. Then Sajan says, I love you so much, Anantaji. I wanted to say I miss these satsangs with you, but actually there are no words I can convey. You are dancing, happy and free inside my heart. Very beautiful. Good. Namaste, Amba. Thank you so much. I got a unique greeting from Amba. Happy unbirthday. Because today is the day I went up on the hot seat for the first time with Mujiji. Very beautiful, very beautiful. Happy unbirthday. Very nice. Aradhana says, so grateful for Satsang, Sadguru, for the living experience of God and the absolute beyond. So, so, so grateful for this grace that appears unasked for dissolving the notion of me in very. David says, thank you, must go to work. Glad I had the opportunity to speak with you, Pops. Mojiji uses this word Pops. And the kids are around and he's talking to them about me. He calls me Pops. What's Pops doing? That's where I heard it first, like this. Thank you, my dear. Thank you.
Ananta?
Yes, my
Ananta?
dear. Aditi, yes.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. How are you feeling?
It's so good to see you. I feel like it's been weeks since I
Yes.
saw you. It's only been a couple of days. I feel like I've been in the desert, just being scorched out in the world. And it's just so good to be here with you today. So good. Feel so much love and oh my. I wanted to thank Anna for talking about anger. Because I've had this current, this feeling, and I want to put a story to it, and images come and stories come, and who I want to put this anger towards, and who did this to me, and did that to, and people have been attacking me the last couple days at work, and my children have been angry with me, and just these explosions of energy towards me. And I really wanted to make a story about it, and I was just, when is this going to pass? And I felt like I was kind of losing my grip a little bit and wanting to write a story about the stories.
Yes.
And Satsang just blew all that away today. I just want to be in Satsang all the time because it's just wonderful what it does to you, to this being, this identity. It just dissolves. It's automatic. And I'm just so grateful. So grateful.
Very happy you're here, my dear. Nothing can touch you. Nothing. Let it all come. You find that there is nothing here to touch. Nothing here that can be hurt at all.
I feel like I'm right on the edge sometimes of just forgetting that, just being sucked right back into the stories. And I feel it's a fine line. And when, the feelings is what's so interesting. The thoughts seemed easy, but it's these feelings that, and I'm so glad you're talking about it, because it seems, I forget that they're an appearance too.
Yes.
I do. I sometimes I just forget they're just like thoughts, and they seem so much stronger to me than thoughts. But when you put it that they're just an appearance, they just lose their power so quickly. And it's always been the tricky part for me in my spiritual journey, because if you want to feel love and you want to feel peace, and it's a feeling. So when these feelings come up, they seem legitimate, but they're appearances as well. And everything just becomes so clear with Satsang and with you. Just so grateful. I feel like I'd be lost. I would just be in suffering. I'm just so glad that it doesn't have to be that way.
Yes. It's very important to see this. This is very good. And this year, actually, when I started this year, it was this feeling that we have to expose the fact that these feelings are also just appearances, just another appearance. You see, we give it so much power by labeling them strong or something, but they're just another appearance, actually. It's coming to me now again. Whenever I speak to you, I feel like talking about A Course in Miracles somehow. So it's coming to me now that maybe this is the meaning of forgiveness, isn't it? To just see that it's an appearance and it has no meaning must be the true meaning of forgiveness. It cannot mean the personal forgiveness. It cannot mean that I, as a person, am forgiving another person. It cannot be like this. Forgiveness must mean that this is seen to be just another appearance, and I hold no concepts about it now. In this way, we forgive the entire world, we forgive the appearance, no matter what the appearance is.
I think one of the other things that have really been
Sorry, there's a knock on my door. I'll just open the door and come back. Come. Come, Mike. Yeah, so we were saying that feelings are
I
also.
wanted to add that the last month or so I've really felt a oneness with you, and I feel like you are me, and that you are here to tell me what I want me to hear. I don't feel there's a separation anymore, and it's I feel like everything is happening to help me, everything to bring me back what I call home, and to let go of all this identity, and it's every, I don't know how to explain it. It's really beautiful. It takes the fear away, and I just to look at you and know that you're here for me, and that it really isn't you and me. It's like you are the Satguru, but in human form, and it's just so lovely. It's just such a beautiful thing to see that and to experience. And it just makes you feel so grateful. So grateful.
Thank you so much, my dear. It's the Sadguru in your heart which is appearing in front of you as this form. It's always been your own heart, you see.
Yeah. I embrace it fully. I've been seeing what people might call miracles, and just fear will come up, or some terrible thing, and which I would think would be awful, and I want to write a story about it, and then it shifts, and it becomes this beautiful experience. And then on top of it, I feel like I'm given a gift. So I was worried about financial situations because business is very slow, and I'm on commission. I thought, where am I going to get the money, for my rent? And my girlfriend called, and she said 4 of her girlfriends wanted me to come over and cut their hair. And I ended up getting all the money I needed to pay my rent. It was just so beautiful. I thought, why do I keep being afraid? I'm so taken care of.
You know what the joke is here? The joke is that the Sangha of being is the short form for the Sangha of being broke. The Sangha of being broke. All of us are always broke.
Yeah.
Broke and happy at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just so silly to worry. I thought, why do I worry? Oh. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. So welcome. Jayani says, Father, I have no words to express my gratitude and love for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being true and never accepting the untrue. You're very welcome, my dear. Good. Darshan wants to say something in Satsang, after Satsang.
Father, could I say something, please?
Of course, Devika, please do.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that yesterday there were, I won't use the word strong, I'll use the word loud. Lots of loud emotions are coming up because my dad is getting married on Saturday in the UK, and there was all this noise about it because we're not going to be there, and it was saying, oh, you should be there. And I found myself frantically looking up flight prices and last minute and trying to sort out what was going to happen with the kids, and it was just craziness. And then it's like you were there with me so strongly in my heart, just saying, it, are these thoughts, are they accompanied by feelings of love and peace? And no, they were accompanied by feelings of desperation and fear, and it was so clear that it was nothing but mind nonsense. And then it just disappeared. It just disappeared like mist, and it was so beautiful. It was just, yeah, it was just a joy. And now when I think about it, I feel completely peaceful, and that it was just wonderful. And I just wanted to say thank you so much. Thank you from my heart.
Very good. I'm so happy to hear this. I'm so happy. This is good. You see? This is a miracle. These miracles I like very much. Doesn't have to be the walking on water stuff. That has no meaning. This one. This is good. Very good, Sajan. Big love to everyone in Sahaja as well. Oh, Amba is going to laugh with teenagers all day today. Very good. Must leave now. She says, I know you will be here every moment, and definitely it is all you because I have not a clue. You can use some of my jokes. They will laugh at how silly they are, if nothing else. So much love to you, Amba dear. Thank you so much. And Deenan said, Father, thank you for taking my hand and walking me home. So welcome, my dear. I'm very happy anytime she says something, Deenan, because I know she's shy to express like this. It's a joy every time she says something. It's very beautiful. Is Shivani going to sing a song for us today? Never seen this part of your house. Are you downstairs?
Yeah. Oh, this is my pad. Yeah. I'm usually facing them that way when
I
yeah. I can't sing. But yeah. So I don't know. I don't know a song. I haven't practiced any because I don't sing. Sorry.
Oh, Devika says we've heard you. Yes, you can. Okay, we'll take her word for it today. We'll believe her thoughts.
Oh my god. Okay, what can I sing? Sitaram?
Yes, yes, very good. Wonderful.
Okay. Sitaram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 That's it.
Very nice. Very beautiful. Who says you can't sing? Very nice. You sing way better than I do at least.
I sing better
That's
in
not,
my
that's not saying much.
inside.
Thank you, my dear. And you wanted to also, what was the question you asked me on chat? You wanted to do the broadcast, but without the hangout and chat, isn't it?
Yeah, I just every time I like read as if I'm reading to someone, I get stuck. I can't see it. I can't understand it. I can't focus on the sentences and what they're doing. So maybe
Yes.
it's okay when I read by myself.
Yes.
Yeah, but something happens when I don't know, trying to
We
read
can,
too.
yes, we can start like this. So we can not pay attention to the chat and we don't publish the hangout details. If you're listening
Yeah,
good. And I
yeah.
know that Subhi had asked a question about the broadcast as well. Did someone help him with that? Oh, she did. Okay. Okay. Good. Thank you, Anna. Thank you so much. Thank you all on YouTube as well. Thank you all so much for being in Satsang today. Sadhguru Shri Moji Ji ki Jai. Thank you.
Jai. Ananta ji ki jai.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and we forgot to ask Lizal to say the beautiful invocations, so we do that now.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Dhyanamulam Guru Murti, Vijamulam Guru Padam, Mantramulam Guru Vakyam, Mokshamalam Guru Kripa, Mokshamalam Mujiji Kripa, Mokshamalam Anantaji Kripa. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, Sarvesham shantir bhavatu, Sarvesham purnam bhavatu, Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, Sarve santu niramya, Sarve putrani pashantu, ma kaschit dukkhapat bhavet. Asato masat kamya, tamaso ma jyotir kamya, mrityur ma amritam kamya. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you all so much. I'm always at the feet of my Sadguru, my father, beloved Mujiji. May His grace continue to shine upon this Sangha and more beings be brought to their truth of their own self. Always at my master's feet, Sadguru Shri Mujiji ki Jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Liza. Thank you so much for moderating today. You can turn the broadcast off now. So much love to all of you.